There you have it.
Welcome to Take It Outside. My name's Rich. Today I'm going through doing a look at the Gerber Pro Survival Knife. Now, the knife that I have for you today is not the one that's currently for sale in stores, unfortunately. This model right here was discontinued a number of years ago. You can still find them online, but there's a few key differences as to why you want the older model, not the new one. So, for starters, put the sheath down over there and just kind of show you what I'm looking at. This is the old design. Doesn't look too much different from the new design, except obviously mine has been beat to crap. But flip it this way, you notice that's all one solid piece of steel. This thing is 100% solid steel tang, one piece of steel going into the hammer right there. As you can tell by the wear on the back of that hammer, I have used it a lot. Now, another thing I've noticed is the new ones, you can't take the handle off. You actually can't do any kind of maintenance to these things whatsoever, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, the other thing, this is just kind of a personal pet peeve of mine, is the fire striker that the new ones came with. Now, my old one, I lost it very, very quickly. It used to sit right here in this sheath and had a cool little plastic thing kind of fit into that little V right there. It got lost, bought a new fire rod, pounded it down in there. That's stuck, hasn't come out, haven't lost it since. And this is actually about half of it that you see sticking up. So if I grab a set of pliers, I can pull it out, flip it around, put it back in, and I have a brand new fire rod. So that works pretty well. Now, the whole reason I'm doing a video about this thing today is I actually got an offer. I was out in Oregon, and a gentleman looked down my belt, saw this knife hanging off of it. Ratty, old, rusty, you know, just utility knife. I use it for splitting firewood and, you know, whatever else. Well, he offered me $150 to buy this knife right off of my belt. I didn't know that they had stopped producing this at the time, so I politely declined, because I figured if there was a reason why he was offering to buy an $80 knife off of my belt for $150 when it was obviously very, very used, then there was a pretty good reason why I should keep it. Now, I've thrown this knife, I've beat stuff with this knife. As far as that hammer goes, it's got a real nice feature. When you clip it in, that's your handle. It's a good hammer. It's got a sharpener right there on the back. Never had to replace the blade or the bits on it. Works great. So why, in all their infinite wisdom, did Gerber decide to get away from such a beautiful design? My best guess, it didn't break. Nobody ever bought a new one, unless they lost it. Being said, it's a sad thing when you see a company put the same exact name on a knife that's absolutely subpar. I've dropped this thing off mountains. I've mounted it as a spearhead and had fun throwing it. When I throw it for fun at trees and stuff, I throw it like this, whip it like a baseball, and as hard as I can. Never had a problem with it. Never had a chip tip. That is the original tip. It's the original bevel. It's the original little side right there. You can see where I've done a little bit of grinding work on the blade. You know, I've had to give it a new edge a couple times. I've also used this thing when camping to scrape my frying pan and all kinds of stuff that you should never, ever use a good knife for. So that being said, why? If there's somebody over at Gerber watching this right now, please message me back. Let me know why you guys ruined such a beautiful, beautiful survival knife. You know, offer both. Offer a crappier design for maybe 40 bucks less for people that want to look tactical. Offer one like this for the mountain men. If I had had your new design going out into the woods, I might not have lived a couple times. There's times when I was splitting firewood to stay warm and dry up in the freaking Northwest where it gets chilly and it gets rainy, and if you don't have a way to start a fire and split wood, you're probably gonna die. I mean, that's a little extreme for what most of you are probably looking at doing, but one of the things that's kind of inspired this is the way everything's going lately. It can't really hurt to have good gear in your bag. That being said, I am going to be doing a follow-up video with a bug out bag, kind of going over what I got in mind, just to show you guys what, you know, just another example. There's a ton of videos out there. Everything is based on situation. It matters what works for you. So what works for you might not be what works for me. You might live in Arizona. You know, you might have a completely different kit than me. You might live up in Alaska and have a completely different kit. I live in the woods, central United States type climate. Gets cold, gets hot, get all 4 seasons. So I have a pretty good generic kit. It's not to say that I have the end all be all, but definitely doing better than some. Either way, I just wanted to take a minute, show you guys this. It's the Ultimate Pro survival knife from Gerber. If you guys can find this old school design, I highly recommend picking it up. The new design, I wouldn't really go with it. That being said, I did bring out an awesome little, it's not, I mean, you can see the size difference there. It's definitely not completely comparable, but thing is, it's got a great blade. It's got that little bit of a drop point. It's got that nice belly for skinning. Thing holds a beautiful edge on it. Doesn't have a bolt-on grip, but it does have a nice full tang that goes through the whole thing all the way to the butt. It's, I think, roughly 79 bucks MSRP. So if you're looking for something, might not go with the Gerber unless you can find an old one, which kind of hurts to say because Gerber's a great company. Speaking of being in Oregon, it's a great Oregon company. If you can't tell, I'm in an I love you Oregon mood today. So if y'all are from Oregon, don't forget to give this video a like and a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe. If you like me half as much as I like you, you're going to want to see what I got coming out next. With that, my name's Rich. Don't forget to take it outside. Y'all have a good day.